Picture two different people waking up on a regular Monday morning and immediately checking their bank accounts right in bed. The first person checks out of pure instinct, touching a painful financial bruise just to see if it still hurts. They face a morning meeting with a demanding manager, forcing a fake smile because they have a mortgage due Friday. They absolutely cannot afford to speak their true mind right now, and realistically, they might not ever be safely able. The second person wakes up on that exact same Monday morning, but they simply look at the daily weather instead. They make coffee in the same kitchen they have used for years, feeling it is a deliberate, joyful personal choice. They decide to go for a long walk first, planning to deal with their work inbox much later on today. They are not indifferent to money, but it is no longer the invisible fence determining their entire life shape permanently. This is not a story about being incredibly rich. It is about what happens when money stops controlling you entirely. My name is Pete, and today we're going to clearly discuss the honest, sometimes uncomfortable reality of financial freedom. We will carefully explore what the math actually looks like and how you successfully achieve it without losing a decade. Let us observe what financial captivity actually looks like, because many trapped people completely stop noticing the massive hidden costs. Meet a hypothetical household we will call the Garcias, consisting of two working professionals earning decent upper-middle-class incomes. Together, they make $139,000 annually, which puts them solidly above the median national household income. On paper, they should be completely comfortable, but let us carefully watch what actually happens to their earned money monthly. After federal taxes, state taxes, and a modest retirement contribution, they take home about $8,200 monthly. They bought a house 2 years ago, immediately creating a strict mortgage and tax burden near $3,000 monthly. When a water heater abruptly dies on a Sunday night, they instantly require an expensive $85 monthly payment. They spend over $1,200 maintaining 2 vehicles because nothing in their suburban neighborhood is practically walkable today anyway. Now they have fewer than $4,000 remaining for everything else required to sustain their modern, professional, busy lives. Student loans constantly cost another $580, while partially covered health insurance premiums drain $390 more. Groceries for 2 completely reasonable adults take $760, and basic household utilities slowly consume $420. They have just over $1,500 remaining, and we have not even accounted for any clothing or car repairs. The recommended annual home maintenance budget constantly drains cash, whether they actively planned for those inevitable structural breakdowns or not. This household makes substantial money, yet constantly exists just one unexpected transmission repair away from genuine, severe credit card crisis. They are not irresponsible people buying luxury jet skis. They made standard choices but ended up quietly trapped anyway, forever. Financial captivity feels like instinctively knowing your exact savings balance without looking because it has not grown in 3 months. It absolutely feels like taking mandatory overtime shifts you despise just because the monthly math simply does not work otherwise. You lie awake worrying about the next emergency in an endless chain, running on a painful treadmill disguised as success. Financial stress drastically reduces your cognitive capacity, immediately dropping your functioning intelligence as much as a full night without sleep. The exact moment you lose sleep over money is precisely when your brain is least equipped to actively solve it. This highly precarious financial state is extremely profitable for greedy credit card companies and massive banks continuously financing your debt. I share this today because the absolute opposite of constant anxiety is exactly what true financial freedom genuinely feels like. It is not simply about buying fancier sports cars. It is the sudden, permanent removal of a heavy, invisible weight. Initially, reaching your target number feels incredibly euphoric, but your naturally ungrateful brain quickly adapts and normalizes the new reality. What permanently remains is the beautiful, peaceful absence of dread, completely silencing the quiet, calculating voice humming inside your mind. The daily changes are deeply practical. You completely stop fearing your employer because you have 3 months of savings secured. When you have 3 full years of living expenses invested, you can confidently walk away from any toxic environment entirely. A blown car tire becomes a mild annoyance instead of a massive panic spiral questioning all your past life choices. However, reaching this point brings massive identity challenges because your grueling career often provided your primary structure and personal community. When the absolute financial need to work suddenly vanishes forever, you quickly discover if you actually built a meaningful life. Many individuals also experience decumulation anxiety, remaining deeply terrified of freely spending the very wealth they spent decades accumulating endlessly. Building a strong, robust personal identity alongside your financial portfolio ensures you know exactly how to fully enjoy your freedom. Now, let us closely examine the specific math making this possible, specifically the crucial element most people get completely backward. Your personal target freedom number is firmly built on the famous 4% rule, thoroughly tested across long historical periods. Simply multiply your total annual expenses by 25, and you easily calculate the exact investment portfolio required for freedom. Spending $40,000 yearly means you strictly need $1 million safely invested to permanently sustain your modest lifestyle. $1 million portfolio securely generates $40,000 annually, ensuring money absolutely never heavily dictates your daily life decisions. The single most important variable directly determining your speed is not your salary, but your actual percentage-based savings rate. Consistently saving 10% of your income puts you 51 years away from independence, barely outliving your standard mortgage. If you miraculously manage to save 20%, you instantly shave 14 long, painful years off your mandatory employment timeline. Habitually saving half your monthly income guarantees you are only 17 short years away from never having to work again. Aggressively cutting your spending simultaneously lowers your required freedom number, while drastically increasing the surplus cash funneled toward total independence. A moderate earner deliberately saving half their paycheck easily reaches absolute freedom decades faster than an executive spending almost everything. You can also successfully reach coast fire, where your current investments will effortlessly compound to fully fund your eventual retirement. Hitting this magical milestone mathematically solves your long future, safely releasing immense pressure and allowing you to pursue true passions. The sheer math behind deep compound growth is genuinely shocking, making your first $100,000 the absolutely hardest milestone. Once you reach $1 million, your portfolio frequently generates much more annual income than any typical full-time worker. The math remains relentlessly patient and constantly compounds your growing wealth without ever requiring any complex, clever interventions from you. A humble, quiet janitor named Ronald Read famously built an $8 million fortune simply by consistently buying index funds. He drove extremely modest used cars, quietly, powerfully proving that genuine, lasting personal wealth remains entirely invisible externally to strangers. We collectively confuse flashy material possessions with actual hidden wealth, horribly forcing completely normal people into financially terrible debt decisions. Many financially free individuals continually suffer from one more year syndrome, endlessly moving their exact target seeking absolute perfect safety. The absolute hardest personal financial skill is firmly stopping that moving goalpost and finally allowing yourself to fully live today. True financial freedom is absolutely not a finish line. It is a secure, unlocked gate providing incredible life path choices. To officially start this exact journey today, aggressively save a basic $1,000 emergency buffer to initially stop borrowing. This simple cash buffer miraculously provides a massive cognitive reset, ensuring you instantly stop making fearful decisions from deep scarcity. Next, ruthlessly eliminate all high-interest consumer debt, because punishing credit card rates rapidly destroy your ability to build wealth. There is absolutely no brilliant investment strategy that realistically outperforms a guaranteed 22% return from immediate debt payoff. Step 3 requires heavily investing in broad market index funds completely through powerful tax-advantaged retirement accounts like an IRA. Simply automate your regular contributions every single payday, completely ignore terrifying market drops, and quietly let your invested money compound. Step 4 heavily demands actively increasing your career income while deliberately keeping your final target spending extremely reliably low. Every single new raise or annual bonus directly accelerates your timeline while intentionally keeping your final target extremely reliably low. People often fail here because every single income increase triggers an immediate, exact lifestyle upgrade, keeping them completely trapped forever. The final vital step requires actively building a beautiful, meaningful daily life at your currently sustainable baseline spending level today. Meaningful, quality time with loved ones and maintaining great physical health never actually cost nearly as much as you assume. The entire modern consumer system is expertly designed to keep you comfortably spending slightly more than you earn while borrowing. You can easily escape this subtle trap by honestly running your own exact numbers and relentlessly trusting the compounding math. Stop blindly winging your financial future and immediately start building a robust cash flow system running smoothly on pure autopilot. Please like this video, kindly subscribe to the channel, actively turn on all notifications, and thank you for faithfully watching.